Guys, Paul Haas, physiotherapist from Stratford Medical and Sports Supplies. Today I'm going to show you an interesting novel technique in regards to trying to control some translation of the ankle joint. So we've got the tibia that comes down and occasionally can shear relative to the talus. We're going to show you a novel technique to try and stabilize that, and we've been asked from some friends in America to try and give them an option for that. So we've got two options, and here we go with option one. Okay, so if we come in close here, we're going to try and stop here this tibia moving anterior relative to the talus, which is sort of the knuckle of the ankle joint. So it's not easy to do, because we need to basically, just relax your foot there, Amy. We need to find a way to create some level of fulcrum. So we need to try and find translation. So we can't just wrap this around the tibia, because all that will do is squash these bones together, but no translation. So we need to try and lever this here off the calcaneum, so that we get this translation of this moving backwards relative to all this. Okay, so not easy, but we will give it a good go. Okay, so we just got our taping tools. So applying some orthofoam. So we've got our 4mm orthofoam, so it's a spongy type of material, and I'm using this because this will give me some leverage and a little bit of cushioning, so that Amy or your athlete doesn't get this level of sort of aggressive pushing on the skin and getting potential tape cuts. So we will use that as a bit of a buffer, so we can achieve our translation effect. So if I just get the camera to come in close and around the side here, what I want you to do here, guys, so apply this above the area of the ankle, and this comes down, no real tension. So this is like a heel lock, but this isn't here to act as a heel lock, it's more to act as a leverage point. So don't put much pressure on that. Okay, and then we do that on the other side as well. So coming down, coming around the bottom of the ankle, and then we just come up again, not for a true heel lock, but more as a leverage point. Okay, so what we want to try and do is create this leverage from this here, so that this translates downwards. Okay, so these anterior structures of the ankle, like the anterior retinaculum, the tibial plafond, the general talar neck, we're trying to protect those structures. Okay, so now for the tricky bit. So we lay this tape here. Okay, we want to double that back on itself like this, and we create this buckle effect. So we have effectively a 2-lever buckle. So we lay that down there, and this is, Amy, just relax your ankle a little bit. This is our, you can see here, see that leverage, you can see the pulling. That's our first buckle. And then we come over, and we've got our secondary buckle. We get secondary leverage, okay? So we're getting that nice translation of the tibia moving back. So like an AP glide, stopping it moving the other way, which is basically posterior to anterior. We want to stop that movement. And there's some tricky words there, guys. So for some of you who aren't, I suppose, qualified health professionals, it might be a little bit complicated. So it's more about technique for you, but for those therapists who understand the medical jargon, it will make sense to you in terms of the actual mechanics. Okay, so again, we've got that buckle. So first translation point. So we get that shear, and then secondary. So we can see again they're winding up. Now, if we didn't have the foam there, that would just create too much stress on the skin. So that's why I've applied the foam, to allow for that level of protection and not too much aggressive irritation of the skin. So that's it, guys. So what we've done now is we've achieved this glide of the tibia posteriorly instead of it coming anteriorly, which can aggravate people like sprinters and long jumpers and people like that. So I hope that makes sense, and it's something you can use as part of your taping methods. Cheers.